I didn't go to film school and I didn't have any formal education in film. It really just sort of evolved. I've been working with my good friend Toby Gorman, helping him write and work on the short that he was doing for a competition. And I got sort of drawn in, and there was kind of no looking back from there. I was hooked.
Thrust into the mix of your Pepes and Kermit the Frog memes is an overlooked short film clocking in at exactly 1 minute, and it might possibly be my favorite short film of all time.
When I was younger, I used to catch frogs from a pond in my house. One day, I realized that frogs must need their own version of Jesus. So I gathered lots of them around, picked one out, and crucified it to a tree, whilst the others looked on. I thought I could make a frog Jesus. I thought it had to be done, for the good of their race.
The like to dislike ratio on this particular video uploaded by Kijo Productions is understandable at best, but then you discover that a good portion of the comment section is just users getting into debates over religion, Jesus, and animal cruelty, and seem to really miss the heart of what writer-director Ben Peters was trying to say here.
One of the things that I found so funny about it was the fact that this person giving the account was very serious about what they were admitting to having done, and I just find that very funny. And I think that they were discussing this act in a context of theological debate, but they were coming from a very different line of thinking to how I took it, and I wanted to convey that seriousness in the film because that is, to me, what was so funny about it. We both wrangled the frogs. It was funny actually because you'll see in the film there are some live frogs, but we did actually shoot the live animals in a studio setting, so we had a little bit more ability to wrangle. But no, we didn't harm the frogs. I'm pleased to say we attempted not to anyway, and we certainly didn't perform any religiously inspired acts upon them.
Look back at those wide-eyed times when you were really little, before you asked real questions about the world. What were you taught was the right thing to do? What did you believe in? As little kids, we inherit and consume the things we don't quite know how to question, and therefore, we're very monkey see, monkey do in that regard. And I think the overall point of the film is that someone believes the evil act they are committing is rather holy. The kid sincerely believes that it had to be done for the good of their race. Obviously, what he does is not as holy as he thinks. The film is not about any particular religion or whether the kid knows that torturing a frog is just bad. It is about our beliefs and perception of the reality in the moment, because sometimes judging between good and bad is not as clean-cut as crucifying a frog. This is probably showcased the strongest with the soundtrack chords of We're Going to Be Friends by the White Stripes, a song about innocent, youthful, playful friendships, but always entertain the possibility of pain, loss, and torment. So when life starts throwing crossroads your way, ask yourself, what would Frog Jesus do? But then again, you're probably not a frog, so try something else.
It's just very difficult to produce novel, conventional narratives that work. So I think, we've explored other ideas, and you do see a lot of short films that work in a conventional manner but don't work, if you see what I mean. So we have been inclined, I think, to react against that to a degree in finding sort of more left field ideas for our films. We have a particular sense of humour which is perhaps an acquired taste, I don't know. I think it comes from being a bit tired of the usual ideas that you come across.